Welcome back to Covers today, the show where we play 30k and we make jokes about playing 40k because 40k is a joke. With me is Stricken, Matt. He's bringing his Sons of Horus. Tell us what you got today, Matt.
Well, today I'm trying a whole bunch of new stuff, so we're going to see how that goes. So today we have 2,500 points. I'm using the new Rite of War, the Long March. We're using the updated Sons of Horus rules, so I'm using Death Dealer for all my units. And today I brought the Typhon. I've never used it before. I've never rolled a dice for it before, so we'll see how it does.
My balls just shrunk a little bit. I'm doing Sons of the Sigilite. Mine's first time doing 2,500, but nothing really to bulk it out. I added a Land Raider, which is not as good as Spartan, so we'll see how that goes. No flare shield for me. We're back with terrain and armies and shit. Terrain discussion will make it very fast, so we've got a bit more of a, along the lines of our tournament setup here. So in each quadrant of the board, we have a fortification, a ruin, and 2 of the 4 have coping, and the other 2 don't. So as we play it, you know, line of sight is 100% real, and if you are obscured, you get a cover save. If you're not, you're not. What else can I say? We got this giant, huge freaking refinery in the center of the board, and it's a little more complicated. If guys are trying to climb up, if they're on jump packs, that's easy. They just fly up there and land, take it dangerous. If they're trying to climb, well, you know, there's pretty much one way up, and that's taking the stairs. And you know, you just take your difficult. If you get 6, you know, move up. You can, in theory, climb from here or there if you roll high enough, but probably smarter to start from low. What else can I say? It's impassable. Pretty much everything's impassable. We play with 0 permeation, but we do have some destructible terrain that would take the form of little sandbags like this. Very simple. If a vehicle moves into them, or like an MC or whatever, take it dangerous. Of course, not if you're an MC. And if you're successful, remove it. If you're a vehicle and you fail, well, it stays there and you're immobilized. And last but not least, we've got destructible wrecks. We've got 1 here. This will be 10 armor all around, and any glance or pen just immediately causes an explosive result. And we've also got a wreck of Leaving Russ over here, which would be 14, 13, 10, and same rules. So yeah, without further ado, oh, one more thing, you can't see it. Giant freaking fuel truck back here. That'll also be 10 armor. Without further ado, we will move on to armies.
So this is my 2,500 point Sons of Horus. We're using some new stuff today. So to start out, we have Malagurst right here. And our Rite of War today is going to be the new Rite of War, the Long March. So we'll see how that plays out. For troops, I have 9 Reavers with a Melt-A-Gun, Power Axe, Power Sword, a Chieftain with a Power Fist. They all have jump packs. A 10-man veteran squad with 2 plasma guns. The sergeant has Artificer Armor and a Power Axe. They all have Melt-A-Bombs, riding in a Rhino for dedicated transport. I have a 8-man Volkite Caliver support squad. The sergeant has the Augury Scanner for hopefully some intercept goodness. We have 5 new Justarian. Hopefully my Terminator streak ends today with them being terrible. They all have Combi Plasma, 3 Power Axes, and 3 Power Fists, sorry. The Spartan today with Flare, Shield, Armor, Ceramite, Dozer Blade. My Sikaran, Trusty, Tried and True, Las Cannon Sponsons, and a Dozer Blade. My Contemptor Mortis, that everyone has been ripping off lately, with twin carries assault cannons. We're going to try my Librarian today. She looks like a Navigator, but it's the Warp, so it's okay. She has Artificer Armor and a Melt-A-Bomb, and she rolled up Scryer's Gaze, the first power for Overwatch, and Prescience for Divination. And now that our tournament is done, we're expanding, so today I'm bringing the Typhon.
Dun, dun, dun.
First time ever, so it'll be destroyed in the first turn. And that is 2,500 points Sons of Horus.
2,500 points Sons of the Sigilus list. The Iron Warriors for people who don't watch the show. So starting right up front here, we got my Praetor on a bike. He's got shrapnel rounds, Paragon Blade, Power Fist, Multi-Bombs, digital lasers, 4+ symbol save, all that good stuff. Next to him is Contemptor Dreadnought, Contemptor Mortis Dreadnought with Carys. Behind him, we've got the quad gun with the shrapnel rounds as well as Shatter. Behind them, we have Tyrant Siege Terminators. I gave the leader a Chain Fist and a Combi Melta. Behind them, we have a Fortification, which is a small Imperial bunker, and I've taken a quad gun with it.
Next to the Terminators here, we've got a Land Raider, and inside of it, we've got 5 normal-ass Terminators. We've got 3 Chain Fists, 2 Power Swords, a Plasma Blaster, and I think I've only upgraded this with Dozer Blades. We've got 2 Vet Squads, completely identical, both of which the Sergeant has Artificer Armor, Power Fist. They have 2 Melta Guns, and they all have Melta Bombs. And they're both riding in Rhinos that each have a Dozer Blade in them. Behind the Rhinos, we've got Scorpius there with Dozer Blade, a Laser Vindicator with Combi Bolter and Dozer Blade, Daradio Dreadnought with Shrapnel Rounds and Alias Missile Launcher. And I think that's pretty much it. So my Warlord trait is going to be Conqueror of Cities, very original. And of course my Rite of War is Pride of Legion.
This is the end of my deployment. We're going to start over here on my left. Skarn right here behind some cover for now. My Volkite squad, Calavir squad is underneath, and my Librarian has joined them for this. My Warlord Malagurst is with my Justarian Terminators inside the Spartan. My tactical veterans are here, chilling in here. The Typhon right here, in all of its somewhat infinite glory at the moment. And finally, to round it out, my Contemptors just chilling right here in cover. And we're going to move on to my reserves. I only have 1 unit for reserves this game. It'll be my 9-man Reaver squad, and they will be outflanking.
So here's Sons of the Sigilite deployment, starting over here. Deployed my beautiful empty bunker with its unmanned quad gun next to it. Up on this ruin, I've got my Daradio Dreadnought. Behind the ruin, I've got my Scorpius, being resplendent. Got my Land Raider with the Terminator squad inside. Got my Laser Destroyer Vindicator here. 5-man Tyrant Siege Terminators here. Behind them, I've got my quad gun. My Mortis Contemptor Keres, empty Rhino, and another empty Rhino. So that's it for deployment. Onto my reserves. And in reserves, I've got my 2 units of veterans. This unit is Fearless and they're normal reserve. And this unit is outflanking. And I've joined my Praetor to them so he can share in the outflanking goodness. So here's me trying to steal the initiative on Stricken. No. Wah, 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 wah.
This is the end of Sons of Horus turn 1. Pretty successful turn. We're going to start over here with my Sikaran. I moved up 6. I went through the terrain no problem because of my Dozer Blade, and I used the Accelerator Auto into the Laser Vindicator, and I took 2 hull points off of it. I then used, because of my Rite of War, I get Relentless in my own deployment zone, so my heavy caliber squads moved and took some shots into an empty Rhino. There was some graffiti on it they found fairly offensive. They caused 1 hull point. My Spartan moved up 6. I shot both quad las cannons into his Mortis. 2 pens, 2 invulnerable saves, so hat off to that Mortis already. Over here, I just moved up my Rhino 6 inches, and then my 2 plasma guns guys shot. I rolled a 1, but thanks to that Rite of War, I re-rolled that, 2 hits, but invulnerable saves again. The Mortis shot into the Dorado, took off a hull point and shook it because it penned. And then the inaugural shot of the Typhon was a direct hit. It hit the Vindicator here as well as the Land Raider. It destroyed the Vindicator, so that's gone. Nothing to the Land Raider. And then my las cannons hit but no damage, and then another shaken hull point for the Dorado. And that's the end of Sons of Horus turn 1.
The end of Iron Warrior Sons of Sigilite turn 1, starting over here. The quad gun fired at the Dreadnought Contemptor Mortis and took off one of his guns, so it's very good. The Scorpius here behind the ruin engaged with the Rhino over there, doing a couple hull points, and the guys inside are snap firing. The Daradio Dreadnought, unfortunately, didn't do very much. It attempted to shoot at that Dreadnought, but it was 6s, so yay. Land Raider here moved up 12, snap fired las cannons into the big scary Typhon and didn't do anything. Moving back over here, my Termies moved a little bit, a couple inches, and they all engaged with the Sikaran over there. And unfortunately, Matt made some cover saves, so what can you do? The quad gun back here fired directly using shatter rounds at the Typhon, and again, unfortunately, a Typhon is a Typhon. My Contemptor over here moved up 6, and he took some pot shots through there towards the Rhino, but Matt made his cover saves. And last but certainly not least, These two rhinos boosted in 18 inches to block Matt off and be annoying. So yeah, we're waiting on some reserves. We'll see you at the end of Sons of Horus Turn 2.
Sons of Horus Turn 2. Not a terrible turn, but not great either. We'll start over here. My Mortis fired into the Dorado. It only had one gun, unfortunately, it didn't do any damage. My Typhon fired las cannon into the Land Raider, failed to pen. Second las cannon into the Dorado, failed to pen. And then the Mega Blast scattered too far away. So, oops. My Rhino, since my crew can't fire anyway, they just decided to chill and drive really fast, made it look cool. Over here, my Justarian got out, wrecked the Rhino pretty easily. We both knew how that was going to happen. Las cannons fired into the Contemptor, did 2 hull points, and I immobilized it, so that's pretty good. My Relentless guys moved, fired into the second Rhino here, did a hull point and it's shaken. And my Sikaran fired into the artillery crew. I killed one guy, did a hull point on the artillery, and my Reavers failed to come in. So turn 2 is going to be crucial now. So we'll see how Ben does.
End of Sons of Sigilite, aka Iron Warriors Turn 2. Starting over here, one of my reserves came in. They moved 6 off the board and then ran another 2 inches. Their Dio targeted with his main guns, the buddy there, and didn't do anything. And then over here, using its split fire, it attacked these gentlemen here and killed, I think, 3 of them. So that was cool. And moving over here, the Scorpius turned its turret and shot this Rhino here, blowing her up. And they all hopped out, but they're looking okay. These guys here engaged with the Sikaran and blew it up, so that was really cool. I had attempted with this guy to shoot the shatter rounds, and I think I did a hull point to him or something. I think so. Or no, you saved her? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a quad gun.
I totally fucked this guy up. Forgot to move him, so I just moved him 6 inches in the shooting phase. That was a big fuck up. Moving back over here, the Dread that is immobilized also engaged with the Rhino. And in the assault phase, the Rhino that they were in combat with, the wreck, they charged and blew it up. And, forgot, I tank shocked over here with that one Rhino who's very much still there. So, not a terrible turn 2. I'm still waiting on my bigger reserve unit for outflanking. We'll see you at the end of Sons of Horus Turn 3.
So that's the end of Sons of Horus Turn 3. We're going to start over here. My Contemptor, with its one gun, shot into the Land Raider and did a hull point. And then it charged it for fun. I forgot to move my veterans because Ben and I are both not on the ball today, it seems. Back up here, my Typhon shot its main cannon into the squad up the Tyrant Siege here. I killed one, it scattered a bit, and Ben made 2 invulnerable saves. And it also annihilated his quad mortar. So that's one less problem off my back. My other Spartan just pivoted and came down here. I might have a backup plan for it at this moment in time. My squad then charged, shot into the Rhino that was contesting the objective and annihilated it. My Reavers came on, shot the Meltagun into the Mortis and missed. They then failed their charge. My Justarian charged the Mortis, Overwatch missed, and they punched it in the face. It exploded, but I didn't take any wounds this turn. And that, I believe, is everything. So that's the end of Sons of Horus Turn 3.
End of Sons of the Sigilite Iron Warriors Turn 3 over here. So, Mr. Bunker Gun thing engaged with the Mortis Contemptor, and unfortunately didn't have that bout of luck it's been having. Didn't do anything. Up here, the Dare Dio engaged its main guns, also there, and I think put a hull point, but not much else. He also split fire with the Alios way over here, killing 2 or 3 guys there. 3 guys, pretty good. Moving back, squad underneath here just kind of tucked in a little bit. He doesn't have any barrage, but I'm just so used to there being barrage that so they're just trying to swell the objective. Scorpius engaged with this unit here, killing 3, I want to say. So that was cool. My Land Raider that was being assaulted moved 18 over here, so hopefully for next turn. And terrible news here. I shot with 4 Terminators, then charged. Did nothing. Matt had very good strikes and killed 3 out of my 4 guys and then fled. So that'll be interesting in Matt's turn. And last but not least, no, I think it's everything actually.
Reserves.
Oh, right, yes, I'm still waiting on reserves, so hopefully they'll come in for turn 4. And yeah, we'll see you at the end of Matt's turn 4.
The end of Sons of Horus turn 4. Pretty good turn, actually. So we'll start here with the Typhon. I fired its, cannon of doom on here, but it scattered onto the Land Raider here.
Do it a hull
and
point.
Did 1 hull point, so it would have been really awesome if it blew it up, but it did not. Its last cannons then fired and stripped off the last one, made it explode, but no one was around. My Mortis tried to shoot into the Land Raider as well, but it was out of firing arc, so he tried the building, and that was just funny. My veterans moved up. They charged the Land Raider because of one of our special abilities for fleet. Didn't come into effect, but it did help a bit. And we blew up the Land Raider with melt bombs. Huge explosion, 6 inches. We managed to not lose any guys for my squad and my Justarian. And we killed one of Ben's Terminator, so moral victory on that one. So that's done. My Justarian just moved. I was contemplating, I was hoping that I would have been able to destroy the Land Raider before and then maybe shoot them out, but that didn't happen, but that's okay. My Reavers charged the lone Tyrant Siege Terminator, buttload of attacks on the charge, and didn't wound, and then it came down to a Power Axe and Power Fist. So I'm happy that that finally worked. And then finally over here, my Land Raider just pivoted and moved, and my guys jumped in because they got tired of getting decimated every turn by shooting. So that's the end of Sons of Horus turn 4. So now Ben's reserves finally come on, so we're going to see how that goes for Sons of the Sigilite turn 4.
End of Sons of Sigilite Iron Hands turn 4. Starting over here, my reserves came in off this edge, and they didn't shoot, and they charged the Contemptor that was there and blew it up, and then they rolled 1 into consolidation. Quad gun attempted shooting and didn't do anything, so tried to blow up this Rhino. And unfortunately, this Rhino, you can move the camera there. Unfortunately, this Rhino just didn't go up. So that was that. The Sicarius, or the Scorpius engaged this unit here, and I killed 4 or 5 or 6 or something, or 5, something like that. Some good. But they're fearless because of Malagur's banner. The remaining Terminators that were from the blown up Land Raider charged this unit, killing, I think, 3 Terminators and losing 1 in return. So not terrible, but they're fearless. So we'll see. That's pretty much it. That's all I have left. So yeah, we'll see you at the end of Sons of Horus turn 5.
That's the end of Sons of Horus turn 5. I'm pretty sure I just clinched right there. We'll see what Ben can do, but we'll start here with the Typhon. Mega Blast here, took out a whole bunch of guys. The Warlord was just out of arc, or he would have ended up dying, but whatever. Then my veterans charged into the Terminators. They swung first, killed everybody.
MVP?
Yeah, unfortunate rolling there, so I bubbled the hell out of that hill. It's a very important hill. And then over here, I just unloaded my guys to secure and bubble this objective. So that's 2 objectives there for me. So we're going to see what Ben can do with the Sons of the Sigilite turn 5.
The end of turn 5 for Sons of the Sigilite Iron Warriors, starting over here. The quad gun took into sights the wrecked Rhino that was there and blew it up for a very meaningful nothing. And then moving back down, these dudes ran and helped secure the objective that was already controlled. The Scorpius turned and fired here and did, fired at the Typhon, scattering and blowing up a car and doing nothing to the Typhon. I then charged the Typhon with my leader, who got 5 hits with Power Fist, but didn't roll a single 6. So sad face for Ben. Basically, yeah, it's a Sons of Horus victory. So I hold the whole 3 VP for my 1 objective here. Matt got First Blood. Matt also has a Line Breaker, and he's holding this objective. So that's one of his objectives. His other objective is over there. So there's a total of 8 VP for Matt to my 3 VP. Wah-wah. See you in the post-game show. The post-game show, as always, I'm Crabblesworth, and I'm joined with Matt Stricken, and you totally didn't fast forward, so you watched the whole battle board, I know it. I'll go right off the bat with Matt. Give me your VP.
Thing that stands out for me would be my Justarian. They walked from one side of the board to the other. Last turn they took 3 wounds, lost 3 guys, but the instant death. But taken out.
That's good to your defense, actually.
That's just me.
Well, they secured...
Land Raider, and they fucking killed all 3 Termies. That's
true.
And they lost numbers, too. They were only down to 7.
Yeah, that's true. There are a few things really pulled through in that.
Yeah, there's some cool stuff.
But yeah, I love just how they start, like, the Justarian started here. Okay, we killed a Rhino. Whoop-de-doo. Oh, we killed the Mortis. Okay, we're moving up.
Getting there, getting there.
There's the Tyrants that we just, bloodied and then finished.
They stole their kill in a way, though. It's the damn initiative 4.
Yeah.
Like, they're all dead before you get initiative 1.
Like, we're too slow on our armament. Good job, guys.
Yeah, they're the vets, though. They paid off. What was your epic fail? If you even had one, I don't know.
If I had to give anything, I'd probably do the Librarian. I used her powers twice. The powers I got weren't good. I was hoping for forewarning so I could give the Typhon a 4+ invulnerable, or the Rending one, so my Volkites with Relentless, and then rend something with 24. But I probably won't take her again. I'd rather take...
she was more than Malagos, wasn't she?
She's 145.
If you're going to do it, do Talos Rubio, trust me.
So I probably won't bring her again. But tonight was just a try stuff.
Yeah.
So
bring her as a navigator, because they're actually not terrible.
No, for 90 points or whatever.
50.
Or I can give her a Void Shield harness, because she's a character.
That'd be dirty. What I love is you can do this thing where if you, in the enemy shooting phase, you take a leadership, and anyone targeting the unit that she's joined to is -1 ballistic skill. Like, it's not huge, but that can make a big difference, especially when you're getting +1 ballistic skill at 12, right?
Especially when I have the Alios just boom.
Oh, fuck yeah. Oof.
So, yeah.
Yeah, hitting you on 3s would be very different than hitting you on 2s for that.
Very much so.
The trick with the Alios is you just gotta put your 2+ guy out front.
Yeah.
At least I've had times where all game he just tanks it, like every time. What can you do?
Food for thought.
Yeah. My MVP, I don't know. Who impressed me? Scorpius was pretty good. He was pretty versatile. He was doing well until he died. But I'll give it to the Scorpius just because, like, you wouldn't have missed it, didn't.
The Reavers, the veterans that took everything and came back.
Yeah.
And a Rhino.
Yeah.
Those Rhinos.
Slowed him down. It took 2 turns, though, to fucking, like, get him to stop. It's just, like, it was an assist, I guess. Epic fail, I don't want to say the bunker because it's, like, sort of involved with the quad gun.
It's cheap.
I guess we'll just do the unit that came in too late, because they just came in too late.
Yeah.
Coming in on turn 4 was just not very helpful. And it was on the wrong edge as well.
Yeah, that's the thing to keep in mind with your reserves, since we only do 5 turns.
Yeah.
Really be aware, if you're going to outflank, you better hope that you're on the right side.
And I think I'm cool if we do a non-tournament format that has the random game length, because then it'll be a bit more fair. Like, you could always push it to turn 6 if you're playing me because of my Red War.
It'd have to be a smaller size game.
Potentially, yeah. It just comes down to if we have enough time to finish, and that's always precarious, right? So it's never awesome that it ends on turn 5, but because we both know it's going to happen, we can play to that. Like, we can know it's going to work. That's la vie. So I don't know. I'll give them a big fail just because they came in too late. They tried their best. They came in. He went and charged the Typhon, and God bless him, he tried. But it is a Typhon, so I do love that tank. I do want that tank.
First time it kept Ben on the back foot most of the time.
Yeah.
And when it hit hard. Like scoring first blood against the laser Vindicator. That was my priority because I know that could have destroyed it in the first turn. So, getting first blood on that was key. And then
the no cover is massive. Even if you get a keyhole shot, like you just have to see a sliver and that's enough.
Yeah, and then it's just death.
Yeah.
So
and 7 inches, my God, like that's 10, but that's still 7's not small.
No,
big blast.
So yeah, it's definitely intimidating, and I'm gonna try it again for sure.
You gotta put what's her face, the psyker near it, behind it, and just try and twin link it. Just fucking like I'm gonna reroll that scatter. I don't like where that went because it's not bad,
Oh, I before coming in tonight, I thought about trying the Black Reaving Rite of War.
Yeah.
Just to take that Master of Signal and put it behind for that extra ballistic skill too, because
I like Master of Signal a lot. He's pretty dirty.
But for the new stuff that we tried tonight, I like the long march.
Yeah.
A lot of ones that I got to reroll actually were fairly significant with plasma guns, because with the new Death Dealers, plasma is Sons of Horus bread and butter gonna be. The Combi Plasma, Justarian,
plus the Relentless, if you outflank, it's the one fucking time you can shoot plasma in charge. It's fucking crazy.
So 10 plasma shots. for a 305 point unit with 2 wounds apiece,
It's not bad.
they're scary. They
You
really
need,
are.
you need your apothecary in that unit.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Originally, I also had Horus, the Primus Medicae, and
It was rough.
just staring. It's like, nah.
Oh god. Those just stare, man. 2 wounds, rough. Very hard to deal with.
Yeah.
Like, maybe you want to whip out the normal Vindicator.
Yeah.
It's really just like the only thing I can think of. Like,
Yeah. And then that's going to be another priority for the Typhon.
I gotta get that fucking Spartan tank. I need one. You saw my Land Raider, like it's just not as good. It's like almost as expensive and it's not as good.
I wasn't intimidated. It's like, oh, it's a
No.
Land Raider.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a flare shield or anything. Nah. We'll try.
Yeah.
That extra hull point does make a big difference.
Yeah, it's just the fact of I'm always choosing between moving and shooting with the damn thing, and I hate having to make that choice. It would be no different with a Spartan, but with a Spartan I could put more than 5 fucking guys in it, so it's kind of like it's, for once I have a character with my 5 dudes.
Yeah.
That's what's unfortunate, man. Being able to hold 10 is not good. If it held 12, it'd be fun. Points difference, unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly.
We gotta wrap it up pretty quickly. Any final thoughts on the game, sir?
It was really close for the first
Yeah.
2-3 turns, and then turn 4 I started pulling away. I pretty much started controlling my left side of the board, and then just kept pushing and pushing.
And you made the right choice not turning them back.
Yeah.
It may have been different ended on that flank, but again, you'd still be deep where you were.
Yeah.
So it's the Rob and me problem.
It would have been a tie, I think, or close to it then.
You'd probably squeak it out on secondaries unless they got a Warlord or something.
Maybe.
I'd have Linebacker as well. You still have First Blood, so...
I would have parked the Typhon or the Spartan right on there just to try to deny, because you might blow it up, but...
It's just getting there.
But that's outflanking.
Yeah. My last game, I won by outflanking. So I mean, like, who knows? It can go either way. But when you've got 500-600 points in fucking reserve, they better come in.
Mm-hmm.
Just waiting. I had to wait 2 turns, and that was really rough.
Yeah.
If he was in, he could have been bouncing around and just causing a bit of disarray, a bit of disruption. So I'm glad I tried it, but I don't think I'm gonna do that again. He's better on the board immediately, just to make people sweat. Yeah, so my thoughts on the game, I don't know if I'd do too much differently. The bunker, I'm just doing it to the gun, realistically.
It wasn't a factor in this game. It might have been something else.
Maybe had you, like, if the objective was behind, it would keep you from going around it.
Yeah.
It wasn't, so. It's also the thing, too, is it really depends on the deployment. When you have corner, you can get a little bit deeper into the table. When you got the bigger deployment zone, you have a bit more of choice. When it's 12 inches...
Our tournaments don't have as much terrain either. It's usually
This is about the sill. Well, usually a bit less because we wouldn't have had the hill, but that's kind of close.
So
we probably need more terrain.
Yeah.
Just making sure it's even is the problem.
Spin around with all the terrain we currently have.
Oh god, yeah. It's just transport problems. So thank you for watching. We usually should talk on 40K, but it's so far gone. It's like making fun of the dementia people. It's not nice.
I'm painting Necrons. That's about it. Just to break up painting Sons of Horus
Something
for last
little,
year. Yeah, something different.
I don't know. Maybe we'll get back to 40K eventually, but
Not anytime soon.
30K. See you next week.
Bye.
Gods of war, may your hammer be mighty.